My name is Vita. I am from Albania, and I am married, and I have two girls. One of my girls is married too. I am born not in Tirana, capital city of Albania. I am further away in east. So when Albania is opened to trust, my family is Muslim, so I started to follow Islam and to learn about faith, and I did love God with all my heart, and I wanted to dedicate my life to faith, and I was a very good girl in school, and my father's name is Islam, and he was so proud of me on everything special about the faith. So when I came in Tirana, in capital city, to study for business administration, some of my friends became Christian, and they started to share Jesus with me. I never heard about Jesus. I have seen twice the movie of Jesus, but not interested at all, because I was thinking, I am Muslim, so it's not for my religion. So my friends, they were very close to me, so they started to share about Jesus, about love of God with me, but I was always arguing with them, and even not really listen to them, but just I had so much angry in me, why they became Christian, why they betrayed their religion, etc., stuff like this. But still they showed me love, and we continue to be good friends. And this kept for months, arguing a lot about faith, and I continued to follow my religion, to fast and to pray 5 times per day, etc. So one day we were in a party, we were celebrating a birthday of my friend, and one of my friends started again to speak for Jesus, and I started again to argue with him, and he was like, look, Vita, you are just stubborn, you don't listen really what we want to share with you. But you know that I have been sick? Yes, I said, I know. And when I went in the prayer meeting, I came totally different. I came completely healed. I was so proud of myself. I didn't humble myself to him that moment, but just inside me I was like, what kind of prayer is this? I never saw a miracle. I never heard about stuff like this. So I was curious to know and to go to see how do they pray. So I went in a Christian meeting. There was students meeting from Campus Crusade for Christ there. So I was very curious to see how do they pray. And when was the prayer time, everyone was closing eyes and started to pray. Only me opened eyes, and I was looking to every one of them. How do they pray? What is the difference between them and me in the prayers? Because I was praying also really with my heart. So in the moment that I was looking and watching and observing them, I felt, okay, the difference is they are so close. They look like they have very special relationship, and God is near them and hears their heart. And in my prayers, I feel like God is above and is a good judge. Then I have to obey the rules. And I felt this connection is not in my religion like it is in their prayer. So, but I didn't show myself this, what I observed. Just I continued to go in the Christian meetings because it was good. But I stopped to sing for Jesus when they were singing. I was just observing. And one night, I was alone in the house, and I was thinking more about Christianity, and I felt like very heavy in my heart, like, am I doing the wrong or right thing? That I am listening about Jesus and about Christianity beside I am Muslim. So the first time in my life, I decided to pray in Albanian, because until now I prayed according to Surah in Quran, etc., not in my own language. So I prayed in my own language with all my heart. I said, God, you know my heart, and you know that I love you. And just please show me the way, show me the truth. And whatever you show me, I will follow, and I will never go back. Just this simple prayer. I said, just please show me the way. So that moment I felt like a sun that sunrise, when you are very cold, and then you get in the sun, and then you feel the warmth from head to toe. And I felt that feeling in my body. And I felt like, yes, he heard my cry, he heard my heart. So 2 months later, I went in a meeting in a cinema, and there was Jesus movie. So I was like, okay, this is the day that the Lord will show me. And if it's true, I will continue to come. And if it's not true, this Christianity, what they talk and what I hear, I will never come back here. So I sat in the row and I was watching the movie. First time in my life, I was understanding really the words that were spoken in the movie. And when John Baptist said, this is the lamp that take away the sin of the world, I was just thinking more about this. What is the lamp? The meaning of the lamp, and take away the sin. I'm a good girl for my father, for others, I'm a good student, etc. But I know that in my heart I am a sinner. So he came, he can take away my sin. He can wash my sin. That stuck in my mind and in my heart. And then doubting inside me about religion and about my father, what he will say, etc. But then God opened totally my heart and my mind to understand that before God, everyone will give account personally, not according to family or religion or whatever. So everyone have to take their own decision. So when the movie continues and when Jesus was on the cross, the movie, I felt like, oh no, Vita, you are so stupid. You believe in just an animal that you sacrifice in your religion. Not that I believe in the lamb, but just in the sacrifice. And that is just an animal that doesn't know anything. And you don't trust this big sacrifice that God himself did for people and did for you. So I bow down my head and I pray to Jesus. ask him to come in my life and to guide my life. Then I felt really delivered in my heart. I felt joy, I felt peace, and I said, yes, this is what I experience in me. I want to share with everyone. It doesn't matter what kind of profession I will get, or wherever I will be, or whatever I will work. But this I want to share with everyone, that Jesus is the truth. And then, since then, I never came back. I remember the prayer, the simple prayer that I did, and I thank God that He saved me. So I am happy to follow Him and to serve Him with all my heart.
Very impressed that this was the first Christian funeral. So who is this lady and how did she get saved, and how's God used her as a witness?
Yeah, she has been very special in not only in our heart, but also for our family. She has been from Marikai. It's a very small village in Albania. And in 1999, me and my husband moved in this village to plant a church and in a closer area. So we were very young. I was 23 years old, just married. And my husband also was young, so we went there to plant a church. We didn't know anyone, and we were very persecuted from Muslims around. So, but this lady, it was in front of us, and she was the first one that opened her door for us. In the beginning, opened her house for us to welcome us. Even many times she protected us from the attacks that we had in the village. And step by step we built the relationship, and she and her family started to take care for our girls. They were young, and now when I look back, I feel like I couldn't do the ministry, what I have done, without her help. She raised my children as her children. And so later, step by step, she started to come in our house, because we started the church in our living room. And she started to attend the church, and she had a lot of difficult situations in her children's life, and she always asked prayers, and she loved my husband as her own son, and she always says that you are my own son. So many times she came to Ermir and asked prayers, and Ermir has shared the gospel with her, and she accepted Christ. Even that she was old, she was coming, and it was a very good testimony for villagers, a woman to come in church. In that time, the church was very small, and we had only children and few adults, so she was one of them. And she started to attend also the Bible study, and she was growing step by step. And later we lived in neighbors 10 years. And then we moved, me and my husband, we moved in another house and even another village. So we kept the relationship yet, and she still continued to come in church until she became sick and she couldn't come anymore. So last 10 days she went in heaven, and we were touched that we will miss her in this earth, but we were very glad that we know where she is now. And it was very surprise for us that night, one day before funeral, that came on SMS from her nephew asking my husband to hold the ceremony for tomorrow. And we felt very touched and also honored, because it's for almost 27 years that we serve in this area. That was the first Christian ceremony to be held in a Muslim place. So we were felt honored and touched, and we did. Normally in this village, when they hold the ceremony, the women don't go in the grave. only the men go and the imam goes, and they do their own tradition and ceremony. So, but in this funeral, me and some other Christian and families, also women, we attend the funeral there. And it was a surprise for most of the villagers to see a pastor holding a Bible and also women but it was very good. My husband held a ceremony, shared about her life, her faith, and also a Bible message for the hope that we have in Jesus Christ. Later, after the funeral, the family, we got together and we spoke about how the funeral went. And they said that it was her desire. When she could die, she wanted the pastor to hold the ceremony. So that touched my heart, that she was thinking about when the time will come, she wanted a Christian ceremony.
Hello, përshëndetje miq.
Hello, friends.
Jemi shumë të gëzuar që kjo video dhe ky mesazh I shkurtër shkon për ju.
We are happy that this video and this short message is going for you to hear.
Unë jam Ermiri.
I am Ermir,
Dhe jam bashkëshorti I Vitës.
The husband of Vita.
Së bashku ne kemi 23 vjet në mision.
24. We have 24 years in mission.
Kështu edhe është shumë bekim të ndaj shkurtimisht çfarë ka ndodhur me jetën time.
So I want to share shortly what happened with my life.
Unë tani jam 50 vjeç.
I got 50 years old.
Dhe u takova nga Jezusi kur isha vetëm 19 vjeç.
And Jesus met me when I was 19 years old.
Edhe në atë kohë unë isha një djalosh adoleshent.
I was teenager at that time.
Isha një muzikant.
I was musician.
Isha një kitarist.
I played guitar.
Edhe ëndërroja shumë për skenën edhe
My dream
për
was to
artin.
be in big schemes and art.
Në familjen time gjithashtu kam pasur artist.
Also, my background from my family, they have been artists.
Edhe gjithmonë flite për ëndra të
And
tilla.
always, these were the table talking about dreams like this.
Sigurisht në kohën e komunizmit ishte shumë e vështirë të flisje për Zotin.
So in communism time, it was very difficult to talk about God or speak about God.
Prindrit e mi vinin nga inteligjenca e shoqërisë, por edhe ata si gjithë të tjerët e kishin të vështirë të flisnin për Zotin.
My parents were intellectual, but like the other people, it was very difficult to speak or think about God.
Kështu që çështja e besimit ishte diçka e mbyllur.
So it was very hard to speak about God. It's impossible.
Por gjithsesi shpesh herë ne bisedonim së bashku në lidhje me trashëgimin ton.
Sometimes in our family we talk about our descent.
Kështu gjyshi im ka qenë gjithashtu
Heritage.
Gjyshi im ka studiuar për teologji.
My grandfather has studied theology.
Dhe sipas prindërve të mi ai lutej shpesh.
And according to my parents, he prayed a lot.
Fliste shumë për Jezusin.
He spoke about Jesus.
Dhe gjithashtu mësonte edhe fëmijët.
And also he taught his children about Jesus.
Edhe kjo ndodhi deri në vitin 1967 ku do mbyllën kishat.
So this happened until 1967 when it was the year that in communism time that they destroyed the churches and
por jetesa ime dhe stili jetesës time ishte plotësisht sipas planit dhe qëllimit të Zotit.
But I understand now that my life has been totally according to God's plan.
Si një person I artit, unë u rita në një mjedis ku shikoja që gjithmonë më shumë isha egoist.
I grew up in this artist area, and I felt like always I felt the egoism growing inside and other people.
Shikoja tek vetja, jetoja një jetë izoluar.
I started to be isolated, alone more and more.
Edhe kjo solli që shpirtërisht të ndjesha shumë keq.
And I started to feel bad inside me spiritually.
Edhe të shikoja që ato ëndra dhe dëshira që unë kisha në lidhje me artin të binin.
And I started to feel that all my dreams were falling down. falling apart.
Në periudhën e vitit 91, kur Shqipëria u hap,
When in 1991, when democracy came, when Albania opened,
shoqëria ishte në krizë.
the society was in crisis.
Në krizë shpirtërore,
Crisis.
në një krizë shpirtërore, në një krizë identiteti,
Identity crisis, economic, spiritual crisis.
dhe kjo ishte edhe tek unë.
And this also happened in me too.
Në një gjendje të tillë, dikush erdhi dhe filloi të më fliste për Jezusin.
I was in this situation and someone came to speak about Jesus
Më
with
ftoi
me.
në kishën e parë në atë kohë.
He invited me in the first church in that moment. It was like 2 months, new church.
Yes,
First church in
po,
Albania.
Edhe ai vet sapo kishte shkuar në kish,
Even he himself just came in church too.
edhe më ftoi dhe mua.
So he invited me too.
Që nga ajo kohë, kur unë shkova në bashkësi, unë mora një vendim shumë të rëndësishëm.
That moment that I entered in the service, I took the most important decision
Të pranoj ftesën e Jezusit për
to
të besuar tek
accept
ai.
the invitation of Jesus to believe in him.
Në fakt duke dëgjuar fjalën e Zotit,
Hearing the word of God,
si një pasqyrë unë po shikoja veten.
I was looking myself like in the mirror.
Edhe po shikoja se sa shumë dobësi,
And I was looking and finding all the weakness,
sa
so many weakness
sa e
inside
papastër ishte
me.
jeta ime,
How unclean was my life.
sa egoiste ishte jeta
How
ime.
egoist. I don't know this word in English right moment.
Dhe,
Ego.
Ego.
Sorry.
dhe gjeta një Zot të dashur, të
And I
mirë,
found a good Lord, lovely Lord,
të hirshëm,
grace
që kishte
Lord,
paguar
that paid
çmimin për jetën time,
the
për
price
shpirtin
for
tim.
my soul, for my life.
Dhe që nga ai moment unë kam
Since
vazhduar
that moment, I
ndjek Krishtin,
continue
të
to
shërbej
follow
Krishtit,
Christ, to serve Christ,
të studioj fjalën e
to
Zotit,
study the Word of God,
edhe të bekohesha nga Zoti shumë edhe
and
me
to
vitën,
be blessed by the Lord even with Vita,
edhe së bashku të merrnim thirrjen nga Zoti për të
and
shërbyer
together
Zotit
to get the call from the Lord to serve
në
God
këtë vend.
in this place.
Stop na